Coco the Crow and the Rainbow Pebbles. Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow near the edge of a whispering forest, lived a clever little crow named Coco. Coco wasn't like the other crows who were content to hunt for worms or shiny buttons. Coco loved colors. One day, while hopping along the riverbank, Coco found something beautiful, a smooth, round pebble that glittered bright blue in the sunlight. "Oh, you'd be perfect for my treasure nest," Coco cawed happily, tucking it under her wing. The next morning, Coco saw a red pebble near the old willow tree, then a green one by the farmer's gate. Soon she had a whole rainbow of pebbles. But when she tried to carry them all to her nest high in the oak tree, she dropped them one by one. Feeling glum, Coco perched on a branch. That's when her friend Milo the mouse scampered up. "Why don't you ask for help?" he squeaked. "Because crows are supposed to do things alone," Coco mumbled. Milo shook his head. "Nope. Friends make even shiny treasures shinier." So the next day, Coco asked her friends for help. Bella the bluebird carried the light pebbles, Milo rolled the heavier ones, and even Tilly the turtle carried one, slowly but surely. By sunset, all the pebbles were safely in Coco's nest, forming a sparkling rainbow circle. Coco realized her true treasure wasn't the colors at all. It was the friends who helped her gather them. And from that day on, Coco didn't just collect pretty pebbles. She collected moments with her friends. Moral: true treasures are not the things we collect, but the friendships we build and the help we share.
The Deer and the Blue Crocodile. Once upon a time, a little deer named Kolu was walking with her parents. Suddenly, a black wolf appeared. It was so strong and fearless that even the Lion King of the jungle feared it. The wolf attacked, and though Kolu's father fought bravely, he was killed. Kolu and her mother ran in different directions. Tired and scared, Kolu stopped near a pond. From the water, a green crocodile appeared, ready to eat her. Kolu begged for mercy, but the crocodile only laughed. Just then, a blue crocodile rose from the pond and stopped the green one. The two crocodiles fought fiercely, and the blue crocodile won. The blue crocodile said gently, "Don't be afraid, little one. I will protect you like my own daughter. The black wolf may come again, but I'll always stay by your side." From that day, Kolu lived with the crocodile, safe and loved. But one day the black wolf returned. "I've found you at last, fawn. Today you're mine," it growled. The blue crocodile bravely fought the wolf in a terrible battle and finally killed it. Just then, Kolu's mother and the Lion King arrived. To everyone's surprise, the blue crocodile's body began to glow. It turned into a handsome man. He said, "Long ago I was a hunter. A sage cursed me to live as a crocodile until I truly protected an innocent life. By saving Kolu, the curse is broken." He hugged Kolu and whispered, "You will always be like a daughter to me." And from that day on, the forest was safe and peaceful, free from the black wolf's terror. Moral: true courage is not in harming others, but in protecting and showing love.
Milo the monkey's busy day. Milo the monkey lived high in the rainforest canopy, where the air was fresh and the leaves rustled like gentle whispers. He was small and brown, with a long tail that worked almost like an extra hand. Every morning, Milo woke up with the sunrise. He stretched, yawned, and looked for breakfast. Monkeys eat lots of different things, like juicy fruits, crunchy nuts, sweet flowers, and sometimes even bugs. Milo's favorite was ripe bananas, but he knew to eat other fruits too, to stay strong and healthy. After breakfast, Milo swung from branch to branch. He used his tail for balance and sometimes even to hang upside down. Monkeys travel this way to find food and stay safe from predators like snakes and eagles. Milo lived with his monkey troop, a big group of friends and family. They played together, groomed each other to keep clean, and warned one another of danger. In monkey life, teamwork keeps everyone safe. When the sun began to set, Milo found a comfy branch with his troop. The rainforest grew quiet except for the sound of crickets and frogs. Milo curled up with his friends and closed his eyes, ready for another busy day tomorrow. Moral: like monkeys, we stay healthy, safe, and happy when we eat well, stay active, work together, and care for our friends. The giraffe who learned to stand tall. In the heart of the savannah, a young giraffe named Quito often slouched, not just in posture, but in spirit. He was the tallest among his friends, yet he always kept his head low, embarrassed by his height and unsure of himself. One day, the wise old owl, Mazai, noticed. "Quito," Mazai said, "you must stand tall in 3 ways, in body, in mind, and in spirit." First lesson, standing tall. Physically, Mazai encouraged Quito to stretch his neck high, not just to reach the sweetest acacia leaves, but to see the world in its full beauty. Quito realized that his height wasn't something to hide. It was a gift. Second lesson, standing tall. Mentally. When the meerkats had trouble spotting a distant fire, Quito used his vantage point to warn them early. His quick thinking saved the colony, and he felt his mind sharpen with confidence. Third lesson, standing tall. Spiritually. One dry season, when water was scarce, Quito shared the little he had with a thirsty zebra. He realized that true strength came from kindness and lifting others when they could not stand on their own. From then on, Quito walked proudly, not with arrogance, but with the quiet dignity of one who stands tall in every way. Moral: true height is not measured in inches, but in the way you carry your body, your thoughts, and your heart.
Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there lived 2 frogs who were the best of friends. One was named Hoppy, and the other was Jumpy. Hoppy was cheerful and always full of energy, while Jumpy was a bit more cautious and liked to think things through before acting. One summer day, while exploring the countryside, Hoppy and Jumpy came across a large farm. They were curious about the farm and decided to hop around to see what they could find. As they were exploring, they accidentally jumped into a big pot of cream that had been left outside by the farmer. The pot was deep, and the cream was thick, making it hard for the frogs to climb out. Both frogs started kicking their legs, trying to stay afloat and find a way out. But the more they struggled, the harder it seemed to escape. After a while, Jumpy, who was getting tired, said, "Hoppy, I'm so tired. This cream is too thick to swim in. We'll never get out of here. I think we should just give up." But Hoppy, who was always optimistic, replied, "Don't give up, Jumpy. If we keep trying, we might find a way out. Let's just keep kicking." So, Hoppy kept kicking his legs, even though he was tired too. Jumpy, however, lost hope and stopped swimming. He sank to the bottom of the pot and, unfortunately, couldn't get back up. Hoppy, on the other hand, kept kicking and kicking, refusing to give up. He didn't notice it at first, but something amazing started to happen. The more Hoppy kicked, the more the cream began to churn. Slowly but surely, the cream turned into butter. The butter was solid enough for Hoppy to stand on, and with one big leap, he jumped out of the pot to safety. Hoppy looked back sadly at the pot, wishing Jumpy had kept trying. But he knew that giving up would never have saved him. With a heavy heart but a valuable lesson learned, Hoppy hopped back to the village, determined to always keep trying, no matter how tough things got. Moral of the story: never give up, even when things seem impossible. Persistence and hard work can help you overcome any challenge.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all.
Once upon a time, in a vibrant and bustling forest, lived a little sparrow named Chirpy. Chirpy was known for his cheerful songs and tiny fluttering wings. Every day he would greet the morning sun with his melodious tunes. However, Chirpy had one big fear: the vast open sky. He loved to stay close to the ground, hopping between the bushes and trees. One sunny day, the forest was buzzing with excitement about the Great Flight Festival. It was a grand event where all the birds showed off their flying skills. Chirpy's friends encouraged him to participate, but he hesitated. The thought of soaring high made his little heart pound with fear. As the festival day approached, Chirpy's best friend, a wise old owl named Oliver, noticed his worry. "Chirpy, why don't you want to join the festival?" Oliver asked gently. Chirpy sighed and confessed, "I'm afraid of flying too high, Oliver. What if I fall?" Oliver smiled warmly and said, "Courage isn't about not being afraid, Chirpy. It's about facing your fears." Chirpy pondered over Oliver's words, feeling a mix of fear and determination. The next morning, Chirpy decided to give it a try. He practiced flapping his wings a little higher each day. Though he felt nervous, he also felt a spark of excitement growing inside him. Finally, the day of the Great Flight Festival arrived. The sky was filled with birds of all colours, fluttering and twirling in joy. Chirpy's friends cheered him on, their encouragement giving him strength. Taking a deep breath, Chirpy spread his wings wide. He fluttered off the branch and started to rise higher than ever before. At first his heart raced with fear, but then he remembered Oliver's words. With each flap of his wings he felt more confident. Higher and higher he went until he could see the entire forest below him. Chirpy realised that the sky wasn't as scary as he had imagined. It was beautiful and full of endless possibilities. He twirled and soared, feeling the wind beneath his wings. The other birds watched in awe as Chirpy performed a graceful loop-de-loop. When he finally landed, his friends rushed to congratulate him. "You did it, Chirpy. You were amazing," they exclaimed. Chirpy beamed with pride and joy. Oliver flew over, his eyes twinkling with pride. "See, Chirpy, you had the courage all along," Oliver said. Chirpy realised that facing his fear had made him stronger. He had discovered the beauty of the sky and the joy of flying high. From that day on, Chirpy never let fear hold him back. He soared through the skies, exploring new heights and singing even louder. The Great Flight Festival became an annual event, and Chirpy was always the star. His story of courage inspired other little birds to face their own fears. The forest echoed with songs of bravery and joy, all because of one little sparrow's courage. And so Chirpy's tale spread far and wide, reminding everyone that true courage lies in facing our fears. No matter how small we may feel, we all have the strength to soar. Just like Chirpy, we can find beauty in the sky if we dare to fly. The end. This story teaches us that bravery isn't about being fearless. It's about having the courage to face our fears. By taking that first step, we can discover new possibilities and inspire others to do the same.